examples of it, and you get the real understanding of what it is to understand what it is I'm teaching you. I'm going to show you. I'm going to prove it to you. I'm going to lay it in your hands every single time we come together live. You will understand exactly what to do, what not to do, what to focus on, what not to focus on. What's the things I'm not supposed to focus on? Everything I'm not talking about. If I'm not mentioning it, it's not important. And I'm telling you, your face is going to ache because you're going to be smiling because it's like, this is so much easier than I thought it was. Yes. And you have delayed that gratification. You have, not me, you have. You haven't simply sat down and did the work of being in front of these charts when it's uncertain, it's scary. You might get it wrong. That's wonderful. That's opportunities for you to learn and grow. But you look at that as failure. That's not failure. How is it failure if you've never put a live trade on? You didn't take a loss there. In the same capacity, reversing it when it does something right in your favor, you can't look at that and call that success. You didn't make profits on that. So see what happens when you start doing that? You want to skew the results of your progress, and these milestones are hidden from you because you want to have a report card. Am I doing right? On my first day of school, I don't know how to write the alphabet. I don't know how to do simple arithmetic. I can't even write the number 3. But I should know how to figure out 6 times 8. I should know what the square root of 9 is on your first day. That's unrealistic expectations. And social media has cultivated that. Your expectations on yourself and however everyone else around you should view you is completely diametrically opposed to reality. And you're going to see there's nothing to worry about. You're going to lose. You're going to miss. You're going to do it right, but not do it good enough. That's all normal. That's all normal. There's nothing to be afraid of. There's a way to protect yourself in this. You still will lose money when you do it with a live account, but you absolutely do not listen to these influencers on YouTube tell you, if I could go back in time, I would go in there and I would never use a demo account. I would start with the smallest amount of money in trading. Swaggy, that's not good advice. I do not subscribe to that view. And I think if anybody was really trying to learn how to do this, that's the worst advice you can give anybody. That's the absolute stupidest thing to do. If you want to learn how to shoot a gun really well, practice very first time with live ammunition. You've never handled a gun before. Let's go out there to the gun range and let's work with an AR-15. Really? Really? Let's test the efficacy of parachutes with somebody else packing your chute. Suddenly you don't want to do that, do you? That's the equivalent of going out there and trying to learn how to trade with live money. I don't care if it's the smallest amount that your broker will allow you to do. You are building all of this expectation. Listen, we all know nobody's here. Nobody's in this industry. Nobody starts trading to look smart. Okay? Nobody joins this industry to stand out in the crowd, to be looked up only on the basis of being right as a trader. We came to this industry to make fucking money. That's it. No other business. Now, everything else after that are bonuses. They're things that build up the reasons why and support. Oh, this is something. This is a derivative of being successful as a trader. So go back to square one. You want to learn how to fucking make money? I will show you how to make fucking money. But you have to start by learning what these candles are going to do. And the way you learn that correctly is remove money. Remove it. Take it away. because you're trying to make this about the money when you're not even ready to be able to call the market correctly. Every time you look at the chart, if you have that minuscule account balance, push the button, you're in a trade. You're trading the smallest lots. And Swag, I'm not beating you up. I'm just saying, I saw a clip sent to me and they asked, do I subscribe to that view? I'm like, no. I'm not knocking you. I'm not, trying to be rude or anything, but you have a lot of followers. And people with a lot of followers have a great deal of influence. And I'm trying to be as responsible as I possibly can and still not be, well, disrespectful. By taking any trade when you have zero understanding of what it is that you're doing, you have zero understanding about what you're going to feel as a trader while you're in a trade. Everybody will come to that threshold eventually when they put a live account on and they push that first button. But don't rush that. For years, I made YouTube videos. Never monetized them. Never did any of it. My son told me multiple times, Dad, why don't you just turn on ad revenue? I was like, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do it. And then when my daughter says, no, I can't trade, Dad. Okay. So I'm not going to just dip into my money every month and say, okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to work my ass off and take on risk and do this and this, and I'm going to prop you up in your lifestyle because you don't want to trade. I'm making it available to you. It's on the YouTube channel. Everybody else is doing it. And every time I see people, and I share it on my Twitter feed, I share it on my community posts, here's people doing your model. My daughter still is not motivated by that. You got people out there saying, oh, if ICT was so good at trading, his own kid doesn't even want to trade. Doesn't that tell you something? No, it just tells you she's a woman that's very stubborn. Okay, that's all it is. She's stubborn. She doesn't want to do it. Okay, you can't make her. Husbands, you can't make them do what you want them to fucking do. So stop trying. So I'm not going to do it anymore. I'm not going to lose my mind over that. So my ad revenue goes right to my daughter. Anytime she needs something, there's the kitty. There's the cookie jar it comes out of. Now, why am I even mentioning that? You prove that there is a value to it. People come to that channel, they watch videos, it's great, wonderful, okay? I always could have been making this ad revenue, but I didn't worry about it. Just like your trading, you already know. Nobody needs to be reminded. If you do this right and you did it with a live account, what's going to happen? You're going to have more money in that account before you put that trade on. It's expected, right? That's why you're here. That's why you're even listening to me. That's what you're listening to me to get to that point where you don't have to listen to this bullshit rant stuff anymore. You can go out and get your own money, get your own bag. But you don't even realize the things I'm talking about that are outside that chart. That's the shit that's going to prevent you from doing it. That's the stuff that's in the way, but you don't see it. You have blinders on. Like my daughter, she is in her own way. I am not going to lose my fucking mind trying to tell her it's you, because then she'll take it as, Dad, you're making me uncomfortable and you're telling me things that's not encouraging me. So I know my limitations. I'm telling you as your mentor in trading, I know your limitations. And as a human being, you will not learn anything correctly by going right into a live account. Here's what you're going to learn. Fuck, I should have never done that. And that right there, that moment, that I wish I wouldn't have done that. You need to go in and lose money to know that you shouldn't have done that. That's asinine. Why do you need to have that scar? You really need that to know that if you push the button incorrectly, you don't know what the fuck you're doing, you're going to lose money. You need to know that. You don't already know that. That's what goes on in this business all the time. People lose their ass all the time. They blow their account, margin call, out of the business, goodbye. You need that to make it real for you. Because I'm going to tell you something. As soon as you do that, that right there, that's the shoe in your rock. Oh, I said that wrong. That's the rock in your shoe that you'll walk with the rest of your career. It'll play. I got shit that I did from 1993 that creep into my mind when I still do trades today. And you see how precise I am. And that shit still comes up in my head. And you have to be able to say, get behind me. I'm focusing on what I'm doing right now. Now, it took a lot of decades and years to get to where I can do that today. But do you think you have the wherewithal to do that as a new startup? Fuck no, you do not. I don't give a shit where you came from, what you can do. You can't do that, folks. This is hard. This shit is hard. And you're placing all of that unnecessary pressure and stress on yourself when you don't even know who the fuck you are as a trader. You don't even know what you're doing. You have no idea what you're doing, what you're going to finally settle in on as a model. So apparently it's not hard enough for you. You want to go out there and make it an Olympic feat. Because deep down inside, what you really want to be able to tell the world is, I never did a demo. I went out there and I started making money right from fucking Jump Street. And that shit never fucking happens. It never happens. Because you pick up bad habits. What habits? Being fearful. When I place a trade, I don't give a flying fuck what is going to happen. I don't care. If it goes to my target, great. If it hits my stop, I don't give a shit. I have trades constantly popping up in my understanding about what I'm looking at in price. I can go through any market and scan through any time frame. I will find a setup. You will be able to do that same shit at the end of this year. That's a guaranteed promise. You're going to fucking do that. But you have to go through the right stages of learning. And you can't be worrying about money. Think about it. Look, folks. I mean, this is the last time I'm ever going to fucking mention this shit because this is pissing me off now and think about it. The fact that you're listening to this guy talking to you right now, what does that communicate to you? Look in the audience members. Look how many people. I don't know. I don't ever look at it because I'm afraid I'll see a name that I know and I'll think to myself, wow, I said that many F-bombs in front of that person. How embarrassing. So this way, I can just talk unfiltered and I don't give a fuck. If I offend somebody, it's not intended. It's meant for you to be improved upon. And yes, this is abrasive. I'm like sandpaper. I'm smoothing out your rough edges with me being coarse. But you need to hear this kind of stuff. But the fact that you're fucking even here listening to me, what does that mean? You could be doing anything you want to do on Saturday. You're fucking spending it here with me, or watching this, or listening to this later on, or watching a video on YouTube that somebody's taken and uploaded. You're listening to this because you don't have your shit together. You got a job. It pays your bills, maybe barely, or maybe it does pay your bills, but you're not satisfied. You want more. Okay, wonderful, perfect. Every night when you can barely make your bills, gentlemen, ladies, think about it for a second, okay? Seriously. You're laying your head down on your pillow and you're thinking to yourself, fuck. It's middle of the week. I still got this many days to still work and all of my money for my fucking paycheck is already spent. What am I going to do? You have to rest because you have those days to go to work and do what's necessary to get that money that you haven't really secured yet. You haven't even done the work yet and you're worrying about the fucking money. You can't make that go away because you're worrying about it. And even when you do the work and you finish that work week, you already know that you still don't have enough fucking money to meet your bills. That's the equivalent of what the fuck you people are doing trying to go out there with a live account. You're putting unnecessary stress. You're not going to make more money because you did that with a live account before you should have. The only thing you're going to do is cause sleepless fucking nights. You're making it harder. And you're fucking blaming me for it. I'm telling you not to do this shit, and you're still wanting to do it. Guy tells me, oh, ICT, I shit the bed yesterday and the fucking non-farm payroll. I feel really bad about myself. You're doing every fucking thing I told you not to do. I told you don't fucking trade non-farm payroll. I told you don't go on fucking social media and boohoo. Don't fucking negatively charge your fucking results. Don't record it like that. What are you doing? You're doing everything backwards. And who are you talking it to? You're talking it to me like I fucking caused that for you. That's exactly what you're going to see people doing this year. They're going to get in there. They're going to push a fucking button based on what I'm talking about in the marketplace. They're going to hurt themselves. And they're going to make fucking videos and say, ICT shit doesn't work. Look, here's the proof. I fucked up. No, yeah, you're right. You fucked up. You fucked up. You want a mentor? You want somebody to tell you how to do this? Guide you through the fucking jungle, show you where the quicksand is. Here's where the snake pits are. This is the shit that's going to rip your ass off. Avoid those things. Why? Why do you want to fucking go through that shit? Because you have a character flaw. And you're walking around with blinders on, trying to ignore it. And looking for any opportunity to put the blame and fault on your failure, something outside of yourself. That's the ugly part about this business. It is a mirror that you can't hide your real self. Everything that's wrong with you is going to manifest itself in your trades. You're impatient, you're going to fucking see it. You're reckless, you're absolutely going to fucking see it. You're impulsive and gamblers, you're really going to see it. I'm in drawdown. Fuck, I better go to fucking max leverage. No stop loss. And that's a mentor. That's a mentor doing that. Fuck it is. That's a gambler. That's somebody that does not know what the fuck they're doing. I get animated and I get heated like this, and you might hear this stuff out of context and listen to it, just a small clip, like this guy's fucking nuts. I am the motherfucker you want to listen to. I've done it all. I know how to get you here. I've proven it every single fucking day for years. Years and years. Where's your record at, ICT? It's in the fucking annals of fucking history. Ask my fucking students. Why aren't they out there saying this shit don't work? But there's more people coming forward, making money, making annual salaries, Where's the fucking proof? Find your own fucking proof. Find it. It's waiting for you. Why are you fucking around and waiting? You got to step out there and do the work that every one of these people that are making real progress and real fucking money, they think they give a flying fuck how much you doubt it right now. They're not even worried about you. They're in their own world right now, running after their dreams, pursuing excellence. They don't give a flying fuck who doubts them now. They don't give a shit about their parents, what they thought about it now. They don't give a fuck about their friends, their coworkers. Fuck Carl. He can have employee of the fucking month parking spot every fucking day of the week. Who gives a shit? You're out of here. That's the way it's supposed to be. That's why I'm fucking here. All I want is for you to people to just simply fucking do what's necessary and stop fucking around. You got 1 year. You got 1 fucking year. If you don't do the work this year, it's all on you. It's all on you. And I don't give a shit who talks shit about me after this. I don't give a flying fuck. I really don't give a fuck now, really. But it's needless stress that you put on yourself. Needless. And you don't even recognize it. You've put all this extra bullshit on yourself, on something that's already complicated. Because you have to beast this monster, this fucking juggernaut of a fucking trader that's trapped inside of you, that's dying to get out. But you're so fucking formidable, you're preventing it. And you have to get out of the way. You got to let that happen. You got to let that beast out of the cage and let it find a thorn in its paw. Let it break a claw off and that little bit of pain. It's okay. It's okay. It still will eat. It still will devour. It still will conquer. It still will get out there and take its pound of fucking flesh. And that will be results. That's money. But you have to fucking let the process unfold naturally, organically. You can't try to protect yourself and do all these things that is bad advice from people that shouldn't be listened to in certain respects. Anybody, and listen to me, I don't give a fuck who it is. Anybody tells you the best way to learn how to trade in the beginning is to skip a demo and go right into live trading, unfucking subscribe, never listen to that motherfucker again. Period. There it is. That's my opinion on that matter. Period. Because these markets will rip your ass apart and mentally warp your fucking ass. I have friends that no longer breathe. They're below ground. 2 of them skip demo. Sorry, but that's the fucking really real. Anybody that tells you skip a fucking demo, go right into live trading, is absolutely fucking clueless. That's just the bottom line. That's just the fucking bottom line, and that goes for anybody. That is the worst fucking advice anybody could ever give or receive in terms of speculation in these marketplaces. Because the only thing that will do is present you toxic thinking. You are creating the very things that you're supposed to be mastering as a trader: fear and greed. And the only thing by trading with live money, before you know how to fucking trade or even manage risk, that's the only outcome that's going to come from that. You're going to learn. You're going to absolutely learn. You will have personal experience with fear and greed immediately. And that goes for the rest of your career now. It takes so much effort and emphasis on balancing those characteristics once you adopt them. Because once you have them, you have them. You have them. It's it. It's over. It's like a scarlet letter. The wrestling match that the trader has to do the rest of their fucking career to master themselves and be able to beat that shit off, creeping into their next trade idea. It's hard. It's fucking hard. And why would you want to do that? You listen to these people out here, they ain't making real fucking money, okay? They're not. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. They tell you not to do that shit. They have not made real fucking money. Because I'm going to tell you something. People that made real fucking money will tell you straight up, you got to respect risk. You have to know what you're doing. You have to present yourself in a position where you aren't being tugged back and forth with fear. Oh my gosh, I might get stopped out. What happens if I get stopped out? Who gives a fuck if you get stopped out? It's demo. You're learning how to be comfortable with being wrong. Now, that's already hard for men. It's hard. You don't think so? Ask somebody out this tonight when you go out to the club tonight. Ask them out. First good looking person you see in the club. Walk up to them, ask them out. What are you going to feel when they say, I got a boyfriend, I got somebody else, I'm not interested, you're fucking ugly, get the fuck out of here. No, I don't want your fucking drink. What are you going to feel? Oh, shit. It's going to make you feel like you wish you never left your house. Now, that same mindset, you're going out there looking to get turned down immediately. And for a man, when we lose money or if we get something incorrect or if we're turned down, that totally wrecks us. Not me. I'm top G, baby. They're coming at me all angles. Bullshit. Every man thinks this way. I don't give a shit. Tell them they don't have it downstairs and watch how fast they turn into a little boy that loses their fucking mind. Women have amazing power over men. They're easily malleable, easily manipulated, easily defeated, and it's between their ears. And that's exactly what you invite. You invite that same easy, flawless victory over yourself by going out there and trading with real money before you're ready. You're asking for it. You're absolutely begging for it. And not realizing that that is so detrimental to you as a trader for the rest of your fucking life. It creates a thought process that will always be referred to continuously going forward. Whereas if you simply just do what I'm asking you to do, it costs no money. It does the best job of teaching you to prepare your mindset for focusing on what? What the market's doing. Not is it going to give you your fucking money or not? Or is it going to take enough that you can still sleep at night? I'm not worried about that. You shouldn't be worried about that. You respect the level of risk that's out there because it's always potentially every trade you get into is a losing trade. You have to cover the costs. Until you cover the costs and close the trade out in profit, it's not profitable. Realized gain, that's the only profit. And it has to be above and beyond the costs, fees and commissions, spreads. See, everybody walks around in this industry in the beginning with blinders on. And it's very frustrating for me, having been around a longer time than most of you, also suffering more than most of you would ever endure, and just stupid fucking advice, dumb shit advice, impulsive nature. Maybe you didn't even hear it from somebody else. Maybe you didn't hear it from another influencer. They just simply go out there and start trading with live money. That's the best way to learn. It's not. That is not.